Liberia, which has enough natural resources and a small population of 3.5 million, we should not be donor dependent. And so our aim, I call it somewhere between 5 and 10 years, is to move from dependency to self-sufficiency, to be able to move from aid to trade, and that we should be able to finance our own development effort. If we use our natural resources well, if we manage them well and we allocate them efficiently, we should be able to do that. We don't want to be aid dependent or donor dependent.
So I think it's important that the UN family works together in trying to make a difference in the implementation of some of the goals that the government has defined. And when we are doing that, it's important that we respect one another, and we respect the diversity among the agencies, but that we still try and pull together to work to deliver the common goal. As head of the peacekeeping operation, I regard the UNDP as a very crucial cooperating partner for the peacekeeping mission. There are many policies that need to be defined, capacities that need to be developed and built in Liberia. There are many things that needs to be done before you can really ensure sustainability in the health or education sector. And there the cooperating agency is UNDP. So for the mission, UNDP is a glue factor, and a glue factor between the mission and the UN development partners. We have to have the partnership with the government, because it's not us imposing policies. We have to ensure the government are behind those policies, because otherwise they're not sustainable in the long term. So, but even if we have the policies, the challenge is the implementation.
We were pleased in Liberia that we had the opportunity, we had a government that wanted the UN to work together. That's always an important factor. It helps. I'd worked in Vietnam before, and it was clearly the government that saw the waste of the UN working at odds against each other, and certainly encouraged us to work together long before there was any of this delivery as one. But as we like to call it in Liberia, we were at work together, at work for the people of Liberia.
And I think what has worked is the coordination between the donors and the government, with the president taking the lead in coordinating those efforts. That has worked well. We have to work very hard to make sure that the government has ownership in whatever we're doing, and that the government is taking the lead.
As you can see in this compound, there are several other UN agencies. As a result of a successful coordination between the different UN agencies in Lofa County, including, of course, the UNDP, UNMIL, Legal and Judicial Section, UNMIL Civil Affairs, the Pakistani Battalion, the military, and UNHCR. All these organizations and all these players were putting funds together to better serve the interest of the people of Liberia.
Partnerships is really at the heart of how we work. It's not just a question of relationships. It's a question really bringing together the different forces into a direction that responds to the aspiration of the people of Liberia. So for us, it's a conscious strategy from our daily work when we get up in the morning and the evening, making sure that we have the issue of partnerships in mind. How we use those partnerships really to add value to the work that we do, and also really to add value to the aspirations of the people of Liberia. We've worked a lot within the UN family to get our act together. We've worked very closely with a number of bilaterals. We've also worked very closely with a key number of multilaterals, the World Bank, the African Development Bank. The UNDP in Liberia has worked very hard really to be through the resident coordinator system, supporting it in an integrated mission framework, working very closely with UNMIL. I think it's been a wonderful experience. Today, the story of Liberia, when it comes to how the UN works, is a very successful story.